Was it session 1 or 2 where I was dragged into literal hell by the
Two.
cleric of the group?
That was
2?
two.
Okay, that was 2. That was 2.
Well, who wants to give a
we got
recap?
stories.
I will very briefly, just to give like an example of my respect for the chaos. I'm usually my group's like perma DM, right? Which is fine. I love it. I love my other group as well. I'm sure that I will get to love you guys as well.
Fingers crossed.
Our entire campaign started because my rogue is like, is there a sewer entrance nearby, while they were investigating a missing person, and that has evolved into them kidnapping a vampire's thrall, making their vampire's thrall fall in love with them instead, and now they've started a war with the undead. It's fine. It's fine.
That's
Everything's
about right.
fine.
That's fine. How many chaotic neutrals do you have in this party? Because in this one we have at least 2, and they're like best friends.
I mean, would any chaotic neutrals not be best friends with each other on some level?
That's true.
To be fair, I can't answer that. My group doesn't use alignment for like anything in the campaign, so
Fair enough.
they are who they are. And that involves a lot of chaos.
Oh, absolutely. You write the character, and then you figure out, what are they for here?
Just
general. Okay, over here.
Just a reminder, I am recording on YouTube. It's just for our
Sure.
sake. So if everyone, just let
Appreciate
everyone
that.
know. Yes.
Well, speaking of stories, who wants to tell the story of the recap of last session?
Not.
1, 2, 3. It can't be me.
I mean, Grim and Awen just sat around, so that's all our story, basically. So, not much I can say.
So the wizard and the druid decided to go tackle the tower that makes people go insane. To try and find a way to cure several party members' lingering insanity. Getting in was surprisingly easy with a little bit of lockpicking, don't ask, and and dispel magic. That being said, the shadow creature that lives there did not particularly like our presence. And this was after the previous day, a long day of advertising a fight to free our bugbear friend by summoning dryads using tongues on them so that they could advertise the fight for by walking around town and literally just harassing every single person.
I think you wore a sandwich board at one point.
I did wear a sandwich board at one point. He hated it because Barbio's a vain motherfucker.
We also had a little art project, and we discovered something called autographs.
Oh yeah, should we like post our character appearances just so that they can get like a good idea of what we look like?
My
Well-
baseline assumption was that it's these portraits that are here.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
No, I guess we can say this is Leah. This is Awen, who has been MIA. This is Grim. This is RVO, and this was Auric.
Cool.
Well, speaking of the shenanigans that RVO and Leah got into, Grim, you're sitting in the mermaid's last dive, drinking, thinking about life, contemplating things, when you hear commotion at the door, and you turn and you look over and you see in walking what appears to be guards. Leading the way is a guy wearing full plate mail. He got the insignias of Ostium on him, and he's being followed by a group of people wearing chainmail, and they kind of look around and lock eyes with you, and then they walk up, and the guy in the plate is kind of very awkwardly going through some papers, and he's like, "You are Grim, correct?
Indeed, that is me.
Where is your friend with the horns?"
Ulrich?
Your tiefling friend?
Oh,
Is Awen here too, you said?
he went
No,
with...
Awen's up in the top.
he went with, our friend Leah. Why?
We had some reports of a tiefling harassing nobles, and we figured we'd come give you all a talk.
Oh, no.
Do you know when this, what was it, Arvio,
Arvio, yes.
will be back?
They said they'd be back by tonight. That's all I know.
Very well. When you see him, let him know that we are looking for him.
I will.
And he turns, and he gives you a nod, and he turns, and he just starts walking out. Go ahead and give me a passive perception check.
Finally, took up long enough.
All right, you watch him go out the door, and you're kind of just whatever, roll your eyes a little bit, go back to whatever you were doing. And as you're sitting there, you hear a voice. Can I offer you a drink?
I look at him, and do I recognize the voice?
You look up and you see a human, looks to be in his middle ages, wearing obvious fighter garb. He's wearing half plates. He just got like short buzz cut hair. He got facial hair like a 5 o'clock shadow that's growing out. If you want, you can give me an investigation check.
Yes. Because I want to know if I've seen him before around here.
You have not, but as you're kind of looking him over and you look on his breastplate, you see on the left shoulder of it that he has a sun symbol on it, which you know to be a symbol of somebody in the New Thornton army. He's like, you see it open? He kind of gestures as he's holding out a mug of ale to you.
I waved for him to sit down, and I'll take the mug.
Those guards are quite the nuisance, aren't they? He says as he kind of pulls out the chair and sits down next to you.
Yeah, it's not the only ones.
I don't know you, do I? You look awfully familiar to me.
No, I don't think we've met before at all.
No, I can tell you're not from around here. And he kind of looks over your gear. Where are you from?
I'm actually am from New Thornton.
No, maybe we crossed paths at one point.
That's very possible.
You kind of see his face furrows a little bit. You wouldn't happen to be in the army, would you?
No.
That's good. I kind of left it not on good terms. Too much stuff going on for my likes.
Yeah, we friends and I have just been running away from it all, basically. So get away from it.
Now, were you there when the dark elves started showing up?
No, I think we left before. I think. Well, would I know this? Or after?
Can you give me a history check?
Yeah. Before I say something. I wouldn't know.
No. You remember encountering a dark elf down in the Underdark at one point, but you don't know what he's talking about. And he says, "Oh, well, it's probably good. They just kind of started showing up in positions of power around the kingdoms, even dragging creatures into our ranks. Was a little too shady for my taste."
How long have you been here? In this town?
I docked only probably about a week ago, but whatever happened in the harbor out there, everything's on lockdown. Trying my best to get far away from here as possible.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you know much more about what happened out in the water? Just curious.
No, I just came in on a merchant ship.
Yep, same.
No, it's pretty nasty out in the channel as well. You have to worry about the navies, and pirates running wild because everybody's fighting each other. Just a bunch of nobles having pissing contests, basically.
Sounds like it. We're trying to get out of here too, but the docks are closed. So we might have to find another way. But yeah, that's all.
Not too much longer, and I'll just be taking to the roads myself. I guess see if I can find any wagons heading south needing a guard or two.
Well, good luck on your adventure.
Well, I guess you as well.
And I'll
You
hold up
kinda
my
just-
hold up my glass to him for like a cheers.
And he takes his mug and tinctures, and so what town exactly were you from?
Oakhurst. Oakhurst.
Can't really-
Sorry.
Can't really say I've heard of such a place. I'm from Darkwell, if you've ever heard of it.
Would I know that?
I think the way you guys came in, you passed through it. It was just like a mining town at the base of some mountains.
We passed through it, so if I remember correctly, but it didn't stay long. Just really went fast.
Well, you weren't missing much. Anyways, I guess I'll let you get back to your brewing. He kind of stands up and pushes the chair in, and you watch him walk over and lean against the table and just start chatting with the innkeep.
Okay.
Anything you do?
I can go see Awen.
Right. So you get up, head up the stairs to your room, walk in, and I guess at this point, Awen was standing there naked, trying to sing opera.
Yep.
Silently,
I
yes. Mouth
assume,
moving.
yeah.
Is this
Oh, right.
is it tomorrow for the battle or tonight?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Well,
You guys are like a little after noontime as well.
yeah. Well, I'm basically going to tell them my plan is, so if they get back tonight, or when they do, or if they don't, I'm still going to go over and go fight Marlo myself, so they don't interfere. Because everyone doesn't want to stick together, and I'd rather not have them fuck it up. So, that's the
Did
basically
you wish
the
to
gist of
talk
it.
for Awen, Ulrich?
He would write down, we all should go together so that we don't keep separating.
Well, that's why I kind of wanted them to wait to be here, but if they're not going to be here, you can come with me or not. But I've made up my mind.
And he starts scribbling in the book again. Well, I'll come with you, but hopefully they'll be back and they'll come too. Obviously, we got to beat the fight.
Yeah. We need to get our friend out of there. Instead of daddling around.
Then he writes, agreed. And then goes back to trying to sing opera with nothing coming out of his mouth.
A man of curious hobbies.
I would say I would join him, but that's not the Grimm's type of style. I'm just going to go out of the room.
You want to strip down naked and start singing too?
I mean, we do strip down naked. I'm just not going to join him. No, just not right now. I'm going to go back out. I'm going to go outside and just sit around, brood some more. You know, like Grimm does
Okay.
for a little bit, for a couple
You
hours.
you go outside, like onto the docks.
Yeah, yeah. And just
Okay,
look
go
out into
ahead.
the water.
Go ahead and give me another perception check. All right.
Jeez.
You find yourself outside, sitting down, just kind of looking out over the water. The docks are still slow. Guards are kind of like stopping everybody, checking all their cargo, talking to them. You do see, though, this giant ship, because for a while there's just been like a bunch of ships out on the horizon, and enough of them that's like made obvious kind of mark from one point to the other. But you watch as this pretty massive ship just comes in, kind of turns sideways, and seems to anchor out there. And you watch as a couple rowboats are lowered, and this ship, you notice, is just loaded with ballista, and it also has like a bunch of metal iron plates on it. You would assume be some kind of warship. But as things go by uneventful for you, as you just sit out there smelling the breeze, hearing the seagulls, watching people go by, Arvio, Leah, you two are looking at that creature that I had posted in Discord a while ago, as it is just growing in size. And you can also see like along the walls, and let me move over to the map that you're on.
Okay.
Salty, before anything happens, may I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Can you please tell me once more, how does hero points work?
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. How does that
'Cause-
shit work?
Yeah, because I remember I used one of them, but it was a long time ago.
So you can spend a hero point whenever you make an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw. The player can spend the hero point after the roll is made, but before any of the results are applied. Spending the hero point allows the player to roll a d6 and add it to the d20, possibly turning a failure into success. A player can spend only one hero point per roll, and you get your hero points back every time you level up, which is 5 plus half of your character's level, so you should all have 10.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, might be important.
Yeah, I just remembered that yesterday. I was like, oh, we're gonna need that.
Right? I forgot this were a thing. Okay, so this thing is currently growing and growing in front of us, saying, screaming, let me out. Yes?
And also, not to scare you off or anything, but the light I'm emanating only lasts for a minute, so I'm gonna say it's probably gonna last another 20 seconds before it disappears. Just saying.
Okay. Oh, I'm the talk guy. Fuck. Okay. Arvio is like, all right. So, buddy, you want to get out? Well, I think that we can come to an agreement on that because you see, buddy, I want this tower without you in it. So, in that and getting you out of here, we are in agreement.
Destroy the sigil.
That I would need some time to do, actually. But furthermore, my interest would, frankly, can't let you out into the city like that. No, I can't do that at all. I have too many.
You speak lies.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, I can. But I'm not lying to you. I don't want to do that because I have things I'm invested in out there. So, I can get you out of here, but it's not going to be out into the city. It's going to be back where you came.
No deal. Destroy the sigil or die.
Okay, I would like you to think about what happens if you do that. You're still stuck in here, very angry, very perturbed. I'm dead, so that's a double lose. Whereas I put you back where you came from, and you can try again. Or you could be stuck inside of a tower, which a bunch of gnomes are basically saying never go in here ever. And
better than the alternative. Last chance. Destroy the sigil or die.
Buddy, look, I'm trying to reach a compromise here. Alright, well. We don't even need to destroy the sigil. Here's the thing, right? I think I have a fun little thing in this bag that you will like quite a bit. It'll get you out of here. It'll make it so that you are free to roam wheresoever you want. And all you need to do is claim it for your own. And I'm going to toss at his feet the bag of devouring. Look, if you want to get out of here, there's an item in there that'll let you do it, far away from here. Can I roll a persuasion?
Sure.
Because I want him to reach into the fucking bag. Oh, please work, please work, please work, please work, please work, please work.
You're also, as you're doing this, you're watching like shadows all over the walls, just like moving around, and you're getting the sense this being is not the only thing in here right now.
I've already committed to this action. I rolled a 16, so
You watch as it seems to grow, and the shadows just start like engulfing it, and it says, "I did not spend eternity in that foul place to come here and have my chance to have some half-fiend blood try to treat me like I'm stupid." And you watch as it starts moving towards you to attack.
oh bugger! I tried.
Go ahead, roll initiative.
I have made an attempt, and now you're gonna make me burn all of these lovely little books.
Oh
What a
god.
dickhead this is. Wait, did it just roll a 0?
Wow. Not too quick, come on. We don't want to trip and fall.
Oh, well, fuck me then, I guess.
Oh.
Bye, I'm dead. Bye.
The survivor's not going to die. Come on.
Arvia, you have a plot armor. You can do it.
That's true, I do have blood on. You're right.
Is that plot armor? We bravely run away.
That's pretty much, yeah. It's also surviving hell at the Ivory Sea.
Give me a moment because I'm having to roll for other things too.
Oh.
Let's just say Arvio is one of 2 of the actual surviving members of the original party.
Yeah, one of the 2 originals.
Who's the other original?
Grim.
Grim.
Cool.
The brooding fighter.
Who I'm pretty sure has all the emotional range of a rock.
I mean, he's pretty fond of you, Arvio.
Has a terrible time showing it, honestly.
Give me 1 second to drag some tokens in here so people can see stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say that I have a giant black square, which is fine because I'm also just enjoying listening. But
Yeah.
We all do, kind of.
Can you 2 see?
Yes.
It's literally spectator mode.
Yep, spectator
Yes.
mode.
You spectated watching Ulrich fight.
That's
Arvia, I think I'm seeing things again.
they're not real, probably. I don't know about the shadow things. Oh my god, there's a giant woman! This is gonna be bad. Alright.
All those poor books.
Yeah, right?
Arvia, you got this. You're the biggest tank of the group.
Val, you should be able to see.
Yeah, I can. Thank
Shut
you.
up!
All right. So
Shut
this
up.
thing just starts rolling towards you, and it's like just a dark, misty fog, and it rolls up to here.
Oh.
Just kind of like passes right over you. You kind of get engulfed by it. Nothing happens. Very weird sensation. As for a minute, you just feel like hate is pushing in on you, RVO, and it's gonna make an attack on you. That will be 27 to hit.
Shielding out of that.
Are you down, Argo?
I have 88 HP. Let's see if this attack was more than 88 HP.
That sounded like 87.
I would be so lucky.
Listening to dice like that is terrifying.
It's like I clenched up a little.
Okay, so it just kind of, with all these like mithril hands it has, just comes across and rakes you, and the hand passes through you and just through your body, but at the same time you feel like it does damage. As you just, this incredible psychic pain sears through you, and you take 28 points of psychic damage.
Question. Does my lead helmet give me resistance to this?
It does not.
Shit! That's 20, right? Okay.
We got scammed.
We got scammed. It's not even funny. Like,
You should have.
I played a whole 3 silver for this.
Leah, does a 29 hit you?
Barely. Just barely scratches me.
Well, you got a little more fortunate as you take 12 points of psychic damage, Leah.
Okay.
And as this thing is attacking you, you all, well, the two of you, watch as those shadows that you've been paying attention to take the forms of humanoids and come rushing in your direction.
It's been nice knowing y'all. It's been nice playing IVO, I'd say.
Are you sure we can't let him out just for a sec?
One of them is going to attack you, RVO.
Yeah.
Okay, that will be 23 to hit.
Yep. Again, not getting out of that one.
Okay, well, as this hits you, you're going to take 8 points of necrotic damage, and it kind of like just wraps itself around you. And as you're sitting there just being engulfed by this presence of the shadow person, you also lose 2 points from your strength score.
It's not good. I don't have much of that. Oh, wait, no. Hey, yeah, these guys can instantly kill us. Because we have, like, the lowest strength of the group.
Does the 14 hit you, Leah?
No. Oh, it does not.
Well,
Hey,
both
Garrett,
of them rolled
there's like 5
14.
pieces of hair I've already pulled out of my food. I've already pulled 5 pieces of your hair out of my food. Oh, sorry.
Time for commercial break.
Sorry, guys. I thought I was muted. I didn't realize I was unmuting to yell at my wife.
I just assumed that was a loud shadow thing, frankly. It's really angry about having its food. That's why it's killing us.
It hit you and took some of its hair and went to eat it. It's like, how dare you?
I thought that was Awen
insulted by
yelling
the
about his food.
Right?
Disgusting.
Sorry, guys.
Well, anyways, Leah, both of them miss you as they try to engulf you as well, and it is now your turn.
Okay. Are they seemingly touching the ground or are they levitating?
They're all touching the ground.
Okay.
They have this appearance of like floating, but you watch as whatever they're made of goes down to the ground and kind of billows out.
Not sure if it's gonna work, but Leah doesn't know any better.
I mean, the collapsing the building will certainly defeat it. It will definitely solve the problem.
All right. I believe Arvia is going to need to make a roll as well.
Yeah.
It's a dex save. Okay, so am I good at those? Kind of. Not really.
You
I'm probably not
failed.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, the save was
Right.
16.
The last 6 seconds have been rough for Arvia.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, I shall.
Good thing at least his Arbio is next.
That's 1.
I'm dead.
Now, question: did any of them fall?
You watch as none of them seem to fall.
Other than none of you. God damn it.
You're such a fucking shit.
You,
such a dumbass.
You watch as the tower just starts shaking, like a couple of the bookshelves fall over. The books from others kind of tumble off. Everything is just a chaos. But these creatures seem pretty steady in their ethereal states, kind of just, they are touching the ground, but they obviously don't have feet or anything like that they have to worry about.
I see.
AKA, you're getting the sense that they're probably immune to going prone. Anything else you wish to do?
Friendly fire is on.
That was my action. God damn it. Let's see. Can I do something else? No, I think I'm good. Thank you.
Arvio, it is your turn.
I have some questions.
I might have answers.
So, in the last 6 seconds, Arvio's had a lot to think about. And that is, well, actually, fuck this city. Can he actually see the latch to the, like, top, to the roof from this, where he's sitting, right? Like, laying prone on top of a bookshelf right now?
No, you remember the stairs. You came up to a door and you entered on this or exited onto this floor, but the stairs had continued spiraling upwards. As you look around here, there's no like trapdoor or anything that you can access, but who knows where the stairs continue to go.
But this is shut right here, yeah?
Yes, he slammed it shut.
So I couldn't undo this if I wanted to.
I do need a Constitution saving throw from Leah, though.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. Fuck my life.
You are blind.
Oh. Okay.
These bookshelves.
Those are bookshelves.
How high?
Oh, they're 20 feet tall. They go all the way up to the ceiling.
Groovy. How tall is this dude?
He's halfway between.
Me and Brandon gonna eat it up.
10 feet.
Oh, wait, hang on. I'm actually doing a measurement. One moment. Because I noticed that there's a ladder over here. Oh, yep, that's 30. But that would be like 30 feet just straight. Okay, cool. What I am going to do is I am going to Misty Step over here. Use half my movement to get up and just scuttle the fuck up 15 feet up this ladder. Fuck this. Just saying, you know what? Fine. If you want to be let out, we could strike a deal. We could do that. Fuck this city, actually. It's done nothing for me.
All right. So you are yelling that out to him, just to make sure.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else you wish to do?
No, I don't think there's anything else I really want to do, because that would involve pissing this one off more. In a battle that we cannot win.
All right. Well, as it becomes his turn, he just yells out, "You devil blood are all liars!" And he turns his focus on to Leah. So, I'm sorry, Leah. That was a natural 20.
Okay. I mean, he has advantage, I suppose, since I'm blind anyway.
Blind, flanked, bigger than you.
You don't do.
Just give me a second. Roll all these dice. Tell you how much damage you're taking.
Is it bad I'm sitting here playing Animal Crossing while we're playing?
Not really.
Not
I
at
don't
this
blame
point.
you.
So, in the first hit, you take 46 damage.
Okay, that's fine. 2, 6. Let's see.
Now that will be a 13 or 23 to hit you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
That will be 28 points of damage.
Okay.
Arvio, as you are climbing up the ladder, this thing just insulting you because of your devilish bloodline. You kind of give a look back and you watch as it just starts laying into Leia, and Leia just collapses onto the ground. I need Constitution. No, never mind. It is going to, you watch, raise off the ground 10 feet and start flying towards you. But that's as far as it can get. And you said you ran 15 feet up the ladder, Arvio?
Yep.
All right, this one here, I'll put him up here. He climbs up with the rest of his movement, and he again tries to attack you.
What absurd number do you roll for this?
Oh, that is a 16 plus. Plus 4, so 20 hit you.
Can't shield that.
All right, so then you will take 9 points of necrotic damage as it's like just kind of, it's climbing, but it almost looks like it's just kind of floating up, and it's just starting to wrap itself around your lower body. And you are also going to lose 4 points from your strength score.
Cool. How low do I have to get before I just straight up die?
0.
Cool, I'm 1 away.
All right, Leah, death saving throw.
Yep. Where is it?
All right, you succeed. Arvio, after have just watching Leah fall to the ground, and these things turn and just start swarming towards you. One of them climbing up the ladder. This giant dude flying through the air at this point. What do you wish to do?
Well, let's see what spells I have.
Oh, by the way, it's completely dark in the room now.
Not for long.
I'll leave it on so the others can see. 'Cause I don't have
Okay.
dark vision.
You know, fuck it. I was trying to help you. I'm gonna die here anyway. So why don't you just go off and burn in fucking hell in this fucking awful tower? Die anyway. And I'm going to use... I'm going to legitimately use Fireball on them and just start burning this place to the ground. Because fuck it, it doesn't matter anymore. Now what? No, hang on. Let me see about my measurements. Oh, yep. That's a lot of flammable material. That's a lot of burning. Yep.
Wait.
Oh, no, that's Leah. Never mind. Where can I aim that Leah is not? Fuck it. I'm resistant. Right here. I'll blow myself up. Fuck it. It's not like I'm not gonna die for lack of hit point. Yep. Everybody does dex saves, including me.
Indeed.
And this is my last spell, so fuck it, let's upcast. Yeah, that sounds like good. And hang on, let me make it for myself. I don't make it. But here's the real kicker. Is it an action to drink a potion, or is that like a bonus thing?
Action.
Ah, well, guess I'm dead.
All right. So you watch as you aim this and just the bead appear and then just explode, engulfing everything in it. And as the flames die out, the 4 shadowed shaped creatures aren't there anymore. They're just gone.
I mean, I was trying to burn this place down, but okay.
No, yeah, but you still did damage to them.
That's true.
You also watch as it does indeed hit this giant flying thing, but seems that it might be resistant to it. But you do also watch as the books, the table, the shelves, and even the ladder catch on fire. Anything else you wish to do?
So come on then, kill me and be trapped and die in here anyway. Feel free. Doesn't matter anyway.
All right. So if that is your turn, he will move up onto you. He is going to grab you. So go ahead and give me athletics or acrobats.
Can I fail? I have 1 strength.
Yeah, you
Like, I
don't
guess
have to.
acrobatic. Okay. He grabs me.
Okay, he will throw you down onto the ground. You will take 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and then he moves in, and he's going to try to make 1 swipe on you. 23. Can you shield from that?
No, I can shield 19.
Hit you for 25 points of damage.
I'm down.
All right. Go ahead and both of you give me death saving throws till you have 3 either way.
First.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Nope.
Five.
I'm dead.
Oh, wow.
Bye.
Wow.
Peace out, everybody. It's been real.
Who's gonna tell Umaima?
Nobody is going back to that fucking place.
All
Not
right,
a single one.
Leah, go ahead and roll me a 1d4.
Okay. 4. No, that is not how you roll it. 1.
All righty. Grim, you find yourself sitting on the docks, half an hour, time just kind of blending together, just passing you by. Eventually, you get the sense that you should probably do something instead of just sitting here. You even there, Grim? Are
Yep.
you chasing a balloon?
Yes, I'm chasing a balloon, shooting it. No, like what kind of feeling besides just to do something?
No, you've been just sitting here for a long time, so what do you wish to do now?
I guess go back. What time is it now? Like, how late is it?
How long do you want to sit here for?
Well, I did say a couple hours.
All right. It's just approaching evening time. You're seeing the sun starting to come down from its zenith, heading towards the horizon.
Because basically, well, if we're going to be waiting, I'll be seeing if they do get back tonight. And if not, I kind of want to go investigate, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they have not showed up yet.
And they did say they'd be back later tonight, so I don't know how long that would be. So I'm
Well,
gonna...
do you wish to just retire for the night then?
No, I was gonna go ask and go see Awen if he's still awake, and
All right.
see what he thinks. What we should see if we go find them or not.
Well, you make your way back through the tavern section of this inn. As you do so, you see the gentleman still sitting there that you talked to earlier, leaning up against the bar. He kind of turns and gives you a nod, holds his mug up to you, but doesn't say anything. You make your way up the stairs, as loud as can be for somebody wearing plate armor, and into the room where, what has Awen been doing for 2 hours, Eric?
Well, right now when he's in, he sees him facing away from the door, standing on one leg with a book on top of his head, like trying to balance it.
Does he have clothes on?
No.
All right, that's what you walk into, Grim.
Oh, you really do like to let it out, don't you? And let it all hang out. Should we go find Arvio and Leia? It is getting quite late for them.
He nods his head and starts grabbing his clothes.
I'll wait outside. Oh,
He'll get dressed.
into the room.
He'll
where
get
we
dressed
to.
and get his stuff.
They should be at the tower.
And he will go out and join Grim and head towards the tower with him.
All right, give me 1 second. All right. So you guys gather together, get ready, you head out, start making your way across the dock district over to the merchant section, weaving your way through the streets. Eventually, you come around the corner and you see a large crowd of people just kind of gathered in the streets, and there's like murmuring going back and forth. And as you kind of get closer and follow their gaze, you have the feeling you're close to the tower, and you kind of a little more can get as you step like around a 3-story building, you get sight of this really tall tower, and you're just seeing smoke billowing from the top of it.
Oh no. Well, I guess we're gonna kind of rush to the gate. And I'm gonna ask Awen if he has any way to get through the gate besides, me tossing him over or something.
Awen will tell you that he does. You guys have taken a rest since you last played with him, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we should all be full.
He will tell you that he has a way to get both of you over to the other side. He'll write it down on his book and hold it up.
How many times?
He just holds up 2 fingers. And that is not what he's talking about.
Because I can get myself over no problem. If you do it for yourself, will there be only one more chance?
Nods his head vigorously.
Okay. Well,
I have no idea how many level 3 spells he's supposed to have.
Yeah, that's
2.
Yeah.
He's a warlock.
Okay.
Oh, he got 2 total? That's right.
Okay. Well, it seems like they're in trouble. We don't know what's wrong, but we need to get in there. And we might have unconscious people, who knows. Knowing them, they are quite weak and strong at the same time, depending on the day. So I'm just going to get my echo out and teleport to the other side of the fence.
All right. Awen, do you wish to dimension door across or fly across?
Go with the fly. Lasts for 10 minutes.
All right. So you cast it on yourself and you fly your way over. Are you touching the ground, Grim?
Oh, yeah. I'll have to be.
Give me I think it's a wisdom saving throw. Okay, give me 1 second. Go ahead, Grim, and roll me a D100. $73. As you land on this ground on the other side, you just feel this madness take over your mind, and you're just shaking uncontrollably. You're still yourself, still do what you want to do. You will have disadvantage on all of your saving and attacks. But what would you like to do?
Start heading for the door. shaking uncontrollably with my Parkinson's.
All right. Anyone following behind? You get to the door. What do you do to it?
Is it open? Is it closed?
It is closed.
Because I don't know how they got in there.
Anyone like to fly up? See where the smoke is coming from.
All right. You fly up to the very top of the tower where you see this, like what was a trap door, but now it's just a square hole with flames just looking out of it. And you also see smoke coming off, as well as what appears to be a skeleton just kind of laying there with this weird glyph-like circle next to the skeleton.
Like to pick up the glyph like.
Say what?
He'd like to pick up the glyph like thing.
It is like chalk written on the ground.
Oh.
It's still interactable if you want to go over there and do anything.
Yeah, sure. Well, what would he know anything about it? Like do an Arcana check or something?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
I don't know. I don't have his sheet, so.
Just roll D20.
Wow, know nothing about it.
Yep. You know it's something to do with magic. Seems strange. There's a skeleton laying next to it.
Okay. He's not gonna mess with it then, and if there's flames coming out of the trapdoor, he's obviously not gonna go in that. He'll fly back down to the bottom.
All right. While he was doing
Making
that,
sure not to touch the ground.
all right. While he was doing that, Grim, what are you doing with the door?
Well, I remember last time something happened with the door, but I'll try to see if it's been opened. Let's see if I can try to unlock it, try to open it with my hand, and I'll be prepared with my shield to see if anything tries to, shoot fire at me or something.
Well, go ahead then and give me a dexterity saving throw. As soon as you touch the door, you watch this magical glyph light up and flames shoot out towards you.
No, I would have advantage on this, wouldn't I? Only
Go ahead and roll
only
again.
when I'm ranging, I can't remember.
Danger sense?
Yeah.
Don't think it requires you to be raging.
Yeah, advantage on saving throws against... But it's disadvantage anyway, so I have to roll again, right?
No,
it'd just be a single roll.
They cancel each
Okay.
other out.
So then you will take 12 points of fire damage as just this flame erupts from this magical seal on the door, and you try to get your shield up to block it, but you're not quick enough.
I'll yell over to Ewan to see if there's another way in. How'd they get in? Because the front door's closed.
You do notice these arrow slit-like windows, way too small for you to fit through. Way too small for like even a halfling to fit through, but you do notice these windows. They're on the
bottom.
ground floor. Yep.
I will write on my thing and show it to Grim. Alea probably turned into a spider again.
And he probably bamfed inside, huh? I
Shakes his
wonder,
head, yes.
can I try to cast my echo inside and teleport to it?
What's your rolls on casting your echo?
As long as I can see inside, but here, I'll give you the... Because I can see it.
You cannot currently see inside because it's
Okay.
dark, but the slits are big enough that if somehow there was a light source in there, you could see.
Can I turn on my lantern and shine it through the hole?
Sure. You're now looking inside.
And then can I cast my echo in there and then teleport to him?
Yep.
So that's
So
what
you
I'd
now
like to do.
you now find yourself standing in this room that's full of smoke, and you just start coughing and choking.
Oh, I still can't hardly see even with my lantern on, huh?
Yeah, it will be obscured vision. It's not like super thick down here. You can see somewhat, but it is obscured.
So I'm gonna be kind of crouching around, looking around, yelling Arvio and Leah's name. Do I look around and see if there's any stairs in front of me?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. Awen, you watch as Grimm's standing there, and all of a sudden he's gone and his echoes in his place.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and watch through the slit as I'm flying.
Okay,
Around.
give me 1 second. Sorry, I was just making sure people are okay. You do see stairs, kind of like in the central of the room. There is a wall, circular wall, and you do notice there's like an open door, and you can see stairs behind that open door. You also notice what looks to be a lot of commotion, just like nonstop, just dark shapes just darting everywhere around this place.
I gotta yell at the slit. I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna run up. Save your spells for if we can get some of them out. Since we're basically trapped, I won't be able to get out of here unless I use my echo. But you can get them in, or you can't get them out, huh? You've already used the spell. Can you use one to get in and one to get out?
How does Dimension Door work with that? So open a door on both sides and you can enter it. Or is it?
'Cause
just,
I don't
is it like
know.
a teleport spell?
It's just on your side, and you step through and you appear where you are, and you can take one person of your size or smaller with you.
Because I don't know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
level spell
Doctor
that is,
Strange,
so
it's like that.
yeah. Well, I'm not good to how that magic works, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Oh, you're yelling that at him, and he's standing outside, unable to talk to you.
Yeah, I know. So, well,
So
I'm gonna
you
go
keep
see
trying
if
to
I can-
communicate with him?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna try to see if there's alive to get him down here and see. And I'll bring him to this slit if I can for you to get him out if you can. If not, it's a lost cause. Basically, then I'm gonna go up the stairs.
All right, you run up the stairs, and it's spiral staircase 20 feet, and you hit a door. As you're moving up, the smoke is getting thicker and thicker. It's becoming hard for you to breathe. You've now reached the first floor. You look inside, and it is just so smoky in there. You can barely see anything. You wish to continue?
Yes, I do.
All right, another 20 feet running up these spiral staircases brings you yet to another door. As you come to this door, you are now to the point where you can't breathe. So I think it's your constitution modifier. It's how many minutes you can hold your breath.
Something like that, yeah.
What's your modifier?
4. So I want to hold it as long as I can until, I can get myself out safely enough without
All right,
passing
well,
out.
It's not been too long, but as you're having to work up these stairs and you're kind of in a mad dash up them, it is going to kind of cut into that. But as you get to this one, it is just so thick you can barely see. But you're kind of just like your hand along the wall as you're going up, and you're feeling this immense heat, and you're just sweating. As you get to this door, you kind of look in, and you can see through the smoke, there's just like these holes in the floor that you can just see spots of orange.
So this is where it had to have been started, at least, hopefully, maybe. How long do I have left?
At this point, like 3.5 minutes.
I'm going to try to go in there as kind of limber as I can and look on the ground for anybody.
Okay, give me a perception check, disadvantage.
And I'm going to start yelling out their names, Arvio and Leah.
You're holding your breath.
Yeah, I'm going to do it once, like one thing. Just enough. Maybe
Are
one
you
name.
yelling both
One
of their names?
name.
Or,
One
okay.
name.
Okay, so as
Leah.
your lungs are hurting, your eyes, they're just stinging.
Yeah, I know it's going to hurt.
Yeah, you're trying to look through. You let out a quick Leah, and you're like kind of searching around. There's not a fire in this room, and you're not finding, like, you kind of come out and crash into a piano, but you are looking up, and really high above you, you see this hole where there's kind of like this orange glow coming from, and all of a sudden you step back as like a brick hits the floor in front of you.
I'm going to have to get out and go down so I can get my breath because there's not going to be able to do it.
All right, so you run over, and I'd say, yeah, yelling out a name puts you at 2 minutes. So you start heading down. You pass the other door, and you find yourself at the bottom. Anything you wish to do now that you're down here? Awen, you watched through this window. You kind of moved over where you could see him go up the stairs, very hazily, and little, few minutes go by, and eventually he comes running down, and he's just, gasping for breath and kind of bent over, clearly exhausted.
He just looks at him and shrugs his shoulders.
I'm going to try one more time.
Okay.
And try to go up to the room as much as I can.
All right, so you take a deep breath, and then you start running up the stairs. You pass the first door, second door, which is 40 feet, and you get to third door, and then the fourth door. And as you run up here, it is just immensely hot and so thick that at this point you are blinded, and you take 5 points of fire damage basically from the intense heat. As you come up to this door, like, you're standing a few stairs down it, and the flames are just like licking up and then spinning around the staircase. They're coming out the door in your direction.
Here's the conundrum. I really want to run in there, but I can't see nothing.
Yeah, the best you can make out is there's flames licking out the door. If you run in, you're going to be in the middle of the flames. This is basically a room that's totally on fire. Because they went there, and you waited 2 hours, and then it took you guys about an hour to get over here. This fire has been going for a long time at this point.
Yeah. Because usually, like in real life, you run back in, you're not going to survive, so I'm not going to go in.
Now, what do you do? You're the hero. It's your story to tell.
You're the survivor, Grim.
I'm going to have to leave. I won't be able to see you guys. So I'm going to rush down the stairs.
All right. You run all the way down to the bottom. Again, come out. You're just... In fact, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. Okay. You're not taking a point of exhaustion, but you are exhausted as you come back down to the bottom of the stairs. You are sweating and just overly hot, and everything's burning your lungs and your eyes from the smoke. Awen, you once more see Grim appear.
I'm gonna get to the edge and cast my echo out there and teleport out and basically just drop to my knees and start trying to crawl away and trying to get my breath.
All right. Once you get outside on the bottom floor here, it is a whole lot easier to breathe, and your eyes, they still sting, but slowly clearing up from the smoke. Kind of look back, and you can see just the top of the tower, just smoke billowing off of it.
And I'll just say if they have to be in there, if they're not dead already. I don't know. As if my voice gets raspy as this is burnt by the flame. But we need to get away from the tower. I don't think there's any saving it. So, I guess we'll make our
Awen
way
will-
outside the gate.
Okay, one will fly outside the gate and land.
Okay. You guys make your way outside the gate. You are still trembling, Drick.
Yeah.
But as you guys come outside, the crowd's gathered even bigger, and they kind of form a bubble, or they make a clearing as you land, and they're just all looking at you and talking to each other. You also notice guards are kind of mixed in with the group as well, and they're just stand there watching this tower burn that's been here for hundreds of years untouched.
And as I'm gonna try to get my breath, try to find a guard in the crowd, and ask if there's anything that we can do, or if they're not going to do anything.
As you come up and everybody's just clearing out away from you, they've all obviously taken interest in you guys because you went in there
Yeah.
and then went inside the tower. The guard does not clear away, but he's kind of just standing there, just watching the smoke, and then he turns and looks at you and, "What were you doing in there? Is this your cause?"
No. But I believe it was one of our friends, or two of our friends, that we were trying to get out. But I didn't find them in there.
Looks like a bloody inferno from what I can see.
Yeah.
He just kind of goes quiet and just looks back up at it.
And I guess I'll just turn back and look at it.
Okay. Well, you are now the driving character, so how long do you stand here and look at it?
Well, probably a good another 15 minutes. And I guess we'll go try to find that that guard that wanted to talk to Arvio.
All right, how do you go about that?
Well, we'll go to... Because we didn't know where he was going to go, so I guess the main area, because he wanted to talk to him, so... The main place where they're positioned at the town, whatever. At the castle district or wherever we meant to report stuff.
All right, so you make your way through the merchant district. As you start moving away from this, for a little while, people are still just glaring at you guys, and you can hear them whispering. But eventually, it kind of dies down. Things go back to normal. You look over your shoulder and glance back in the direction of the tower. You do. At this point, you can kind of see a giant smoke cloud starting to form in that direction. But you get further and further away from it, and you move in to the castle district. Head over towards the guardhouse. Make your way inside, and you see what looks to be a young human male, kind of just sitting there at a desk, and he looks up at you and, yes, can I help you all?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that you can tell the tower's on fire, right?
I've not been outside of this building, and what tower in particular are you talking about?
The Magic Wizard Tower.
Awen writes down on his piece of paper the one that's been off limits.
He kind of looks it over, and the old Rixon Tower?
Yes.
I've not heard anything about that. That would fall more under the guards of the district.
Is the... Do you guys
Are
know...
you here to make a report about it?
We're trying to find some guards that are looking for my friend, Arvio. And I didn't know where to go.
He kind of looks down at his desk and he's shuffling through some papers. And Arvio, a tiefling, yes?
Yes.
Seems he assaulted some nobles, shoved them aside, casted magic. You know where he is?
I assume he's in that tower.
Okay. I can pass that information on.
And if they want to get a hold of me for any more questions, I'll be at the inn.
He has, you see, he's kind of holding 5 papers, and he kind of like goes through and says, Grim, correct?
That is correct.
Yes, it says on here that you will be found at the Mermaid's Last Dive. We need to talk to you.
Yep.
All right. Well, if you have any change of address, let us know.
Will do.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I think that'll be it. Thank you.
All right. So you make your way out and you kind of step back out into the temple or the castle district, and you kind of glance over to your side and you see like this horse-drawn wagon with a cage on it kind of sitting over there. You can see him kind of bodily throwing people into it that have shackles on. Looks like they're possibly loading prisoners up for transport. You look around and take in like very nicely well-dressed people. There's a heavier guard presence out here. From your vantage point, you can also see the giant temple that you guys are all banned from. You also look over to your right and you see this hill that kind of goes up towards this giant wall that sits up on top of this hill overlooking the town. And you can see peaks of the keep inside of it.
Well, I turned to Awen and... Let's see. What did I wanted to say? It's like, I know you say you have a life debt to us, but you don't have to keep it. You can leave if you want.
He writes down on a piece of paper, well, at least I'll stay with you for the fight tomorrow.
Yeah, we can see if we can at least get him out, right?
That would be good.
I agree. So I guess we'll just make our way back to the inn.
All right. Make your way across the plaza here, past the fountain, through some more of the castle district until eventually you start heading down streets where the buildings are not like very shantytown like quality, but definitely lesser quality than they are in the castle districts. And you see the people walking around go less from these well-dressed, prissy people to these more sailor-looking people. But you find your way inside of the Mermaid's Last Dive. It is a little empty in here. You kind of gaze around. You do not see that figure you had talked to earlier in the day here anymore. The sun is starting to set, starting to turn to dusk. But what would you guys like to do for the night?
Sleep.
Drink heavily.
All right. It will cost you, if you're going to drink outside of what you've already paid for, another 5 silver. And you go ahead and give me another
Sounds
Constitution
good.
saving throw. All right. Well, you get a little drunk, and eventually 2 of you head up into your rooms, strip naked, lay in your separate beds, and fall asleep for the night. You wake up to the morning commotion of the docks and the sun peeking in through your window. Grim, you do kind of have a slight headache on top of your constant shaking.
Okay. Go down, get some food.
He'll follow.
Okay. Well, it's just the 2 of you guys at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're
And-
still paying for everyone, assuming they're alive, right, Grim?
Yep.
Okay, another 10 silver then. And you kind of come down, you're looking around. No Arvio and Leah, just you and Awen. You get food, you get drink. You guys hang out for a bit.
Yeah, because I basically, we just won't be talking to each other unless he wants to say something to me.
Nope.
We said it was for the nighttime, correct? Towards the end of the night for today? For the fight? So that's when they usually fight, right?
No, he didn't give you guys the time, so it's whatever you said. I just think you guys said like 3 days from now there's going to be a fight.
Yeah. So I guess we'll just start making our way down there then.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you make your way through the dock district, through the warehouse. You pass out of the gates into the shanty town. Cobblestone goes quickly, or the streets go quickly from cobblestone to dirt and mud. It is a lot more shady out here. The buildings are definitely low quality. As you're walking, passing by the alleyways, you definitely see shadowy figures kind of standing in them, watching you go by, knowing this to be a seedy part of town. The 2 of you approach the Dog's Last Hair, walking down the road. Nobody is about except one person kind of standing there with a bottle in his hand, and as you guys walk up, he turns and kind of like staggers a little bit and, "Hey, you here for the fight?"
Yes.
"Oh, you must be, what was it, the Wheat Ripper?"
Whatever they called me.
So you're the one fighting, yeah?
I assume so.
You assume you guys weren't in charge of getting all the people?
Friends were, I wasn't.
I see. So your friends were the ones I talked to.
Yep.
I can't wait for it.
All right. It's gonna be soon.
I look forward. And he kind of just like stumbles over to an alleyway and he takes a big swig of his bottle and kind of like leans up against the wall, steadying himself.
How close are we to the actual?
You're in front of it.
Right in front of it.
Yeah, you look up at the drawing or the carving of a dog that has no hair on it except one.
Well, I attempt to open the door.
It opens right up.
I walk right in.
All right, Awen.
Follows right behind.
Two of you step in. It is empty in here. You see just tables kind of sitting around with furs on them, and straight across from you as you step in, there's the counter and a doorway behind it, and the door is open.
He scribbles. Guess maybe everybody's downstairs already.
Yep. I'm gonna announce my presence. I'm gonna not yell, but hello. Anyone up here?
So you yell it out, and you not really much of an echo because it's not like an empty room, but it does echo a little bit. But there's otherwise no response.
Yeah, then I'll attempt to look around and I guess head through that door.
You step into the door, and you have this staircase immediately. It's like a little hallway, and immediately to your left, there's a staircase that just goes upwards.
All right, I'll go up the staircase.
All right, you go up, you find another open door, and as you step into this room, there's kind of furniture scooted away from the middle of the room to the sides, and you see right in the middle, there's just this trap door that's open.
I'll look at the trapdoor.
As you kind of like walk over and you peer down, you see a ladder that just goes all the way down into darkness. And then that kind of like in between, or at the other end of the darkness, there's like just a little bit of a light down there.
This seems like a trap.
All right, let's be careful.
And I'll start heading down there. I just really need to go to the restroom. I'll be right back.
Okay, we can go ahead and just take a 5-minute break here.
I have in my mind this John Cena music about to start playing.
I'm back.
I'm back.
John Cena music. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
Whew. Sorry about that. I am back. And while I was thinking, since I was going to the restroom, I'm going to try to make Awen not come with me and go tell the main guard in the city that we know where the fighting rink is and there's going to be a fight soon and they can come stop it.
All right. Well, I will say that Awen turns, kind of like gives you a shrug and then a nod, and he'll turn and he will head outside. So, Grim, as you're standing here,
I'm going to start heading down.
all right, you start climbing down this fairly lengthy ladder until you find yourself at the bottom. As you get there, you kind of turn around and you see this carved out tunnel in the ground that just heads inwards. You can see it opens up even wider. I don't know if you can recall the map that you've seen, but
Yeah.
torches kind of hanging or stuck in the wall. You walk out and it is just empty. Before you sits the pit. You can kind of like see the cage doors over to the side, and then you can look over to the other side where there's like the VIP area, and you don't even see like furniture or anything there. It's just empty.
Like it's been picked up and gone.
Yeah, no people, no items, nothing.
Is there anything in the pit?
You walk up, you look down, and you see the body of Auric lying in the pit in a pool of blood. He seems to be decked out in his armor. He has his weapon laying next to him, but he's just laying there.
So much emotion right now. Grim's gonna go out and try to get out.
All right, so you turn around. Go ahead.
Just the way I came.
All right, so you turn around and you head up the ladder. You find yourself in the room, go over to the stairs, you walk down them, you turn and walk through the shop fronts, and as you step out, you see standing in front of you a man wearing full plate mail armor with the insignia of Ostium City on it, with the drunk standing next to him. And you kind of look to your left and your right, and you just see like a group of guards on each side, and you see one of them, they have Awen there holding him at sword point. And you kind of glance up at the top of the buildings and see people with their crossbows trained on you. And the drunk points and says, "That's him. He's the one that said that they were in charge of this." And the guard steps forward and says, "So, you're the one that's been running that legal fighting pit, huh? How about you drop your weapons? It's over for you."
I claim to know such things, but I will drop my weapons.
He turns and he looks over at the other group and says, "Put the chains on him. We'll make sure he fries for this." And you watch as he kind of pulls out of his satchel a bunch of papers. And it says, "Seems you've been up to a lot of bad things around town. Trying to abduct little boys, harassing nobles, killing citizens, destroying property. This ain't gonna look good for you in front of the king, but at least we'll let him know that the fighting pit's closed down." And they walk up and they start trying to put shackles on you.
I don't resist.
All right. As you stand there shaking uncontrollably, you guys, two of you, I guess at this point it's just you, are led back into town. And as you're being led back, you kind of hear mates, you hear one of them kind of say something about how Marlowe paid them well to frame you guys and how they have all the evidence they need to lock you away. And they take you in, they strip you of your stuff, and you find yourself sitting in the cell. And with that, a very sad, but sometimes campaigns don't have happy endings. It is an ending. The group that traveled, a lot of you've died. The only remaining one from the original group now being Grim, who sits with Awen inside of a cell in Ostium.
Well, that TPK's been a long time coming.
Great session, guys. See you next week.
I got really tired of you promising it like every time, so I was like, "Fuck it, let's make it happen."
Well, yeah. I just kind of felt it went that way. You guys, kind of into Brock in a hard place. And I tried to think as what the NPCs would do.
That's actually perfect. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a trap. I know it is. I'm just going to fall for it and see if I can get out of it. But this is the end. It's the end. Because I already know there's so much against me. I can't say anything about it.
We will give a little foretaste. Grim and Awen, which he's not here, so I'll let him know. You guys were tried on the offenses of, and let me find it, starting a brawl that left dozens of citizens dead, unleashing magical beasts within the city, starting a fight within the city's holy temple, sneaking around a restricted building, attacking and assaulting nobles, likely tied to the explosion that happened in the port, running an illegal fighting pit, and probably somehow connected to the legal underground black market wizard group that's in this town, is what they basically framed you for. And you guys were said that you were going to sit and rot in prison. Val and Natasha,
Mm-hmm.
you guys were so looking forward to this fight. You heard about it from the Dryads. You probably saw this tiefling walking around with the sandwich board on, and this being paraded by the sound of singing birds. You were in a panic as you rushed across city. As it's coming on to dusk time, you get over to where the Dryads told you about this place, and you find the dog's last hair, the door wide open, kind of confused about what's going on. You head inside, kind of check things out, go down to the fighting pit, and see that it's just completely empty down here. But you do notice dead bugbear laying in the pit. Actually, no, at this point, he's been removed by the guard, so it is just a completely empty place.
I think we missed it.
Yeah, I think we did. So, what now? I mean,
I don't know. Fancier part of town, maybe?
so out of character, are we like continuing with our characters at this point?
We're gonna talk about that in a second, but just kind of close up a couple threads here.
Okay.
So you guys, you make your way out into the city proper. You can see this giant billowing cloud of smoke that you noticed the day before, kind of in the evening. It's still going even bigger than it was before. And as you're kind of walking through the streets, there's just like this darkness, this pulse as like shadow just rushes down the streets and just like blends, goes through the building. It's almost like a if you've ever watched like a explosion. You can see the shockwave traveling out, but it's just like darkness and shadow, and it just goes through you guys. And for a second, you just feel this immense hatred, and then everything just seems to go back to normal.
That is odd.
And with that, I guess we can go ahead and talk about campaign 2. Who here wants to play a second campaign?
I do.
Me.
I
Okay.
think everyone does.
I don't
All right.
think there's anybody
Yeah.
here
Of
that
course,
that's
of course,
Actually,
Phoenix really would like to
I'm not-
actually participate in her first one.
That's exactly what I was literally.
See, like,
about to
it's, like
say.
it's a half a one shot. You got
gotta
to see
do
the
a
finale.
little bit.
It's fine. I'll just keep Val. She's built. She's ready to go. So.
Well, because I was going to say, like, I know I'm always getting watched by an imp. I would probably turn at that point and try to be with Billy if I can.
You guys actually eluded the imps.
Oh,
Since
really?
that campaign is over,
Okay.
I will say that when you guys went to the tower, they followed you to the gnomish tower, and you teleported. They
Oh,
have
that's
no idea
right.
where you went,
Okay.
and then you teleported again and teleported again.
That is also true. Well, here's the hoping that we were being followed to get out of it, but
Yes.
all good.
I need to find. So the campaign isn't going to be that far into the future. It's going to be 3 years from now.
Damn it! I wanted to play Dimec. Fuck.
I know.
No.
Val and Natasha, do you guys want to play those characters rolled into this? Because we can do that.
I'm
Yes.
down with that. I don't really
Are-
have a whole lot that's like got Val plugged into this, so she should be pretty easy to just like bump forward 3 years.
Are we going back to level 1 or what are we
No,
gonna do?
we're going to start level 10.
Wow.
Oh,
And
wow.
you guys, somewhere in this 3-year period of time,
We're gonna
Val
be
and
together.
Val and Natasha, you somehow meet up with this group, and you guys form a group, and you know each other, so you're not going to come into this stranger. So
All right.
I will give you. I need to dig through my notes, but I will give you a little something to work with, and then you guys can spend the rest of tonight working on character ideas and how they're connected to each other.
All right. So, what are you guys?
Val is a human rogue. She looks like the
Knew it.
picture that I posted. She's
Okay,
got
cool.
dark hair. She's kind of standoffish for a while until like you warm up to her, right? Because
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are weird. Yeah. She has like a little bit of a scar that you guys can kind of see. I'll see if I can pull up the like. I'll post the art again here, so it's easy. That probably isn't the kind of thing you notice like immediately. But she's got a little scar that comes up from like underneath her collar there. That's like black. Maybe necrotic, maybe something else. I don't know. I haven't really talked with Sodic a whole lot about it.
Does look good.
Probably a disease. Definitely. It's just, that might be infected.
But yeah.
Natasha is a sorceress. Fairly young, but yeah, she's well, you'll get to know her as you're around her. She's
Okay.
pretty
To herself.
no, she's pretty likes to talk her way out of things rather than fight her way out of things.
Okay.
If she can.
Well, I already have 2 choices that I want to do for a character. I kind of want to bring back Baka, or the new Dragonborn Ranger.
That's up to you, man.
Yeah. So
Well, I
we'll
guess I don't
we'll
know anything about that.
yeah.
But Dragonborn Ranger also sounds cool.
Yeah, the new one from the Fizbins set. So, looks cool.
Alright. Do I play the tank or do I go... Because I have 50 wizards I want to play. and all of them are weird dumbasses. But I also have some barbarians in the way. I got a bard, the illustrious Illugio, which is totally not an excuse for me to just.
No, Arvio, hear me out. If you bring Illugio, I'm gonna bring Glim.
Oh, no, that's Lucio. Very different character.
Oh,
But
okay.
you can do that.
That's his brother.
No, Illusion was my excuse to play Mysterio. Like, literally Mysterio. Actually Mysterio. Like, but I can bring our resident plague doctor, Skinless Wonder. So, everybody's favorite abjuration wizard. But we do need a tank.
You don't need a tank if you just stab them to death fast enough.
That's
right?
true.
Well,
And did you know if you're an
Yeah.
abjuration wizard, every time you cast shield, you gain extra very health. So when somebody is like, I'm gonna cast a spell on you, I'm like, fuck you. And also more shield. And I stabbed you instead. Suck on that, inflict wounds, you dumb motherfucker. I never realized how brutal abjurists were until I played one, and I'm like, ooh, this is really fuck you. This.
Especially with your proficiency to counter spells. Disgusting. It's disgusting. I love it.
It's slightly more disgusting than the divinor's ability to be like, actually, you roll this.
My favorite wizard that I've ever rolled up was a divination wizard.
Yeah, they're so fuck you.
Okay,
And Arvin was very fuck you.
I'm gonna end the stream here too.